Video, Pope Francis performs first exorcism, Telegraph. Accessibility links. Skip to article. Skip to navigation. Advertisement. Telegraph.co.uk. Tuesday the 21st of May 2013. Home. News. World. Sport. Finance. Comment. Blogs. Culture. Travel. Life. Fashion. Tech. Dating. Offers. Jobs. Politics. Obits. Education. Earth. Science. Defense. Health. Scotland. Royal. Celebrities. Weird. Home news. Religion. The Pope. Pope Francis performs first exorcism. Pope Francis appears to have performed an exorcism in a wheelchair-bound young man who believers in the practice claim was possessed by evil. 560. 315. Telegraph player _ 10,070,991. By Nick Squires, Rome. 1:53 p.m. PST, the 21st of May 2013. According to DV 2000, a Catholic television channel, the act was carried out in St. Peter's Square after Mass on Sunday. Smiling broadly, the Pope initially shook the man's hand, but the South American pontiff's expression changed dramatically after a priest from the Legionaries of Christ, a conservative order, leaned in close and spoke a few words to him. With a more serious expression in his face, Francis placed both hands in the man's head for 15 seconds. The pilgrim, said to be a 43-year-old married man from Mexico called Angelo, then convulsed briefly and emitted a long sigh. His body went limp and his mouth dropped open. Exorcists who have seen the footage have no doubt this was a prayer for liberation from evil, a natural exorcism, said TV 2000, which is owned by the Italian Bishops' Conference. Related articles. The Pope puts the Falklands in the map. The 20th of May 2013. Pope Francis, and the tyranny of money. The 16th of May 2013. Pope Francis elected after supernatural signs. The 14th of May 2013. Pope Francis frees doves in St. Peter's Square. The 15th of May 2013. The station gathered a panel of clergy specializing in exorcisms who scrutinized the footage and concluded that the Pope had performed an exorcism. The Vatican downplayed the incident, although it used ambiguous language that did not deny altogether that Francis had tried to rid the man of evil. The Holy Father did not intend to carry out any exorcism, said Father Federico Lombardi, the Vatican spokesman. Instead, as he often does for sick and suffering people, he simply intended to pray for a person who was presented to him. Leading exorcists insisted that the Pope had indeed taken on the forces of evil. The Pope is also the Bishop of Rome, and like any bishop he is also an exorcist. Father Gabriel Amorth, the Catholic Church's best-known exorcist and the head of the International Association of Exorcists, told La Repubblica newspaper. It was a real exorcism, he said. If the Vatican has denied this, it shows that they understand nothing, said Father Amorth, who claimed that the Mexican was possessed by 4 demons. The Reverend Giulio Maspero, a Rome-based systematic theologian who has witnessed or participated in more than a dozen exorcisms, said he was certain that Francis' prayer in Sunday was either a full-fledged exorcism or a prayer to liberate the young man from a demonic possession. He noted that the placement of the Pope's hands in the man's head was the typical position for an exorcist to use. When you witness something like that, for me it was shocking. I could feel the power of prayer, he said in a phone interview, speaking of his own experiences. Fr. Maspero said it was particularly symbolic that Francis' purported exorcism occurred in Pentecost, an important feast day for the Church, when the faithful believed Jesus' apostles received the fullness of the Holy Spirit. The Holy Spirit is connected to the exorcism, because it is the manifestation of how God is present among us and in our world, he said. There was now, more than ever, a need for exorcists to combat people possessed